gathering intel and those that are on the lookout. So each one has their
100%.
own specific thing within the army, and we're all soldiers. But I'd like to get on to the next shlav,
Yeah,
right?
please.
And I think that, and I'd be remiss to mention this. This is something that Alea Shalom Lucy D used to do with her family. If you guys don't know the story, Lucy and two of her girls were traveling Chol Moed Pesach in the Jordan Valley, and they were gunned down, Lo Aleinu, Lo Alechem, by Yamach Shema Mezichram. But we learned after the fact what a tzaddiket she was, and what a tzaddik her husband Rav Leo D is. I know you've had the pleasure of sitting down and meeting with him before you left to
London. I brought his book with me to London and showed it around. You know, it was very helpful.
And they used to sit down and at the Shabbat table, and my family as well. We've kind of incorporated this, as you know, Baruch Hashem. We go around the table, we introduce ourselves, we say what we're grateful for, and we also say, name one thing that a person has done for you as a chesed, which we just did. What's a chesed that you did for somebody else, and what's a chesed that a Kadosh Baruch Hu has done for you? So we already discussed a chesed that's been done to you. What's a chesed that you did, Eli, for somebody else?
So I don't usually talk about my chesedim publicly at all, because I don't think it's correct to publicize, unless it's going to make other people do it. Like nowadays, I just heard a podcast of a famous organization. The Rav there for sure doesn't publicize anything he does, but because of the situation, he's sort of realizes this is what's on Hashem. So if it's what's on Hashem, I share chesed. For me, like the big chesed is when I went to London, and as the Midnightrabbi, in quotes, known as the Midnightrabbi, I had the opportunity to be with the Clubhouse boys. And the chesed was, I had a conversation planned with my friend afterwards, who came and also did a chesed and joining on sharing his light, his inspiration, his success story. But there was afterwards a time where one of the boys wanted to talk. And this is where it becomes head, because this is my time, my boy. So my boy, Baruch Hashem, being a good guy, a good man, he stepped sort of to the side of the conversation and allowed me to focus on this neshama. And we spoke about all kinds of stuff. And even though there's different approaches of where he's at, his trauma, his journey, and where I'm at, but we were able to connect. And for me, I felt it was like a chesed, more that he would be interested in me, B'klau, but we shared DMs on Instagram, and we're following that up. And that is, for me, the concept of the Midnightrabbi. Even if I can't practically anymore go out on the streets, which I did for 5, 6, 7 years, out on the streets of Yerushalayim or up all night with yeshiva programs, but I can give them access to my online and be available for them when they message me and respond with love and time. If they want to talk about something, want to share some Torah, that I have to be there for them. And that's my hope, that I'm still living up to that concept of being there at all times for the souls that need.
So important, and it's amazing. Baruch Hashem.
Try.
Hazak Baruch.
Amen.
I mean, if you guys know who I am, you guys know, and Ellie's mentioned it several times with the Hachalzat Ochim. That's not me. That's my Isha Chayil. She does all the preparing and whatnot.
Sure.
I'd like to tell you guys a story. I know I mentioned it in my podcast last week when you were in here.
Yeah. I listened. It was great.
Baruch Hashem. It's a story that happened on New Year's Day. This is not what happened last week, but this is a just one chesed that I had mamash the schut to be the shliach of just one chesed to carry it out. So I try to go to the Kotel once a week. It's my happy place, as I've mentioned before. As I'm walking back to the old city, I bump into Rav Ari Cutler, and I happen to have been wearing my Meals for Heroes sweatshirt, which you guys have seen. And he's like, "Hi, how are you? What's going on? What's the Meals for Heroes?" So I explained to him, and he's like, "Oh, I just got a call from somebody that there is a displaced family. The mother is at a hotel in Yerushalayim with her 5 kids. The father has been in Gaza from the beginning. He's a mempeh of a Golani unit, and they need help planning the bar mitzvah because he's not working. He's in Gaza. She's not working because they're from Kiryat Shmona and they've been displaced. She's in Yerushalayim. They need help." So I spoke to our one of our Lamed Vav Tzadikim here in Efrat, which is Jerry Latinik.
Wow.
Who I told him about it. He's like, "Absolutely, we're going to do this." So a chat was created with the people who were helping, and basically just when Chesed helped take care of the meal, They want for the bar mitzvah boy, and we also got him a gift. We asked him what he wanted. He wanted a kolkinet, which for those of you guys who don't know, that's an electric scooter.
Back in the day, my kids, it was just a scooter.
Right.
Wasn't electric.
Now it's an electric scooter, right? So it's a
My
kolkinet.
kids used to love it, Shabbat, flying down the streets of wherever we lived. Such fun.
So I had the schut to meet this family. I went to the kotel that day for the bar mitzvah, for the anachat tefillin, and then afterwards for the brunch. I found out after the fact that they're both balei tshuva.
Wow.
And they've created a yeshiva and a seminary for boys and girls in Kiryat Shmone.
Wow.
For children who are unaffiliated.
Wow.
Like, in other words, you want some sort of connection, but you don't know how. We actually, Rav Shlomo mentioned it briefly today in the shir about, the Nova thing.
Sure.
We're there for you. We're
Sure.
here for you. These people are so special. And I'm mamash, when I was standing next to the father, I mamash felt like I was sitting next to a malach. So although it was a chesed that I, and just one chesed, not I, that chesed that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave me the schut to do via just one chesed, I don't think they realized the chesed that they did for me just being in their presence.
Sure.
It was mamash. It was such an unbelievable experience. And these are people that are amongst us. Like, unbelievably balei chesed, balei emuna. It was unbelievable. They were so thankful. I was so thankful. There mamash are so many unbelievably ridiculous people in this world. And I just want to, again, I know we said this at the beginning of this year. I want to thank Malka from All About Kindness because she does so much unbelievable work in New York. All About Kindness.
Yeah.
She
almost as good as just one person.
Almost, but no, mamash. She actually was just with 800 students in New York, and they just helped pack more duffel bags that are coming here to Eretz Yisrael. So b'zchut all of the chesed that you do, Malka, your son Akiva Meir ben Malka Luyudmila should have a Havarav Washlema amongst all of Klal Yisrael. And I think the third one, Eli, is what's the chesed that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has done for us? You wanna go first?
I think
we could talk about that for hours.
I want you to go first because I went first the last time. Let's give you a chance.
It's one of those things that we talk about gratitude all the time, and gratitude stems from having certain levels of emunah, just being thankful to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And it's really
Hashem. I'm not even wearing the hat because I'm so in love with thanking Hashem.
Thank you, Hashem, for our soldiers, right? So there's really mamash so much to be thankful for to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and I'll. We go around the table on Shabbat, we say, what are you thankful for? And it's really interesting to see what people have to say. I'm extraordinarily thankful, first and foremost, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu mamash blessed me with an Eshet Chayil. It's
that's the biggest
so.
I'm happy you said that. I was going to say also.
She's
not your Eshet Chayil, mine.
right.
But your Eshet Chayil is pretty good as well. I mean, she helps us with so many different.
She is pretty awesome. She's not pretty. She's very awesome. But like the fact that I'm blessed to have a woman like that, in my corner beside me at all times, it's nothing short of miraculous. Like mamash, HaKadosh Baruch Hu just continuously does chesed. Like we wake up in the morning, we're able to touch, feel, smell. I have two amazingly beautiful and healthy boys, thank God. I live here in Eretz Yisrael, in Efrat.